Is there an issue between you and the J3s?
I don't have an issue with the J3s. I think the J3s have an issue with me.
I will not instruct my president to respond to anything incendiary. One of the things the J3 did for me was to ensure that I did the advanced training put on by the IAF. In that, we were taught how to diffuse tension like this. It's called bridging, and that's what I am doing now.
My understanding that you were recommended to be on the Jamaican coaching staff, but apparently you're not. From your understanding, what exactly happened?
Well, I'm not quite sure. I'm hearing pieces by pieces, as you probably would have been hearing. So I don't know I don't know what happened there.
Is there an issue between you and the J3s?
I don't have an issue with the J3s. I think the J3s have an issue with me. So, for example, several years back, first of all, let me just let the people of Jamaica know exactly who I am. So I'm Coach Kerrylee Ricketts. I'm a UK athletics performance coach. I've been doing this for several years. I have done it at junior level, where I've coached Chinese quarter to a world youth, bronze medal in high jump and a gold medal in the long jump, and I've done it again at senior with Shanika, multiple medals for Jamaica. You're talking about not two-time knockout champion, Commonwealth champion, Pan Am silver medalist, two-time World Athletics silver medalist. So I think I have done well in terms of with my charges, and I'm also qualified. I've made myself available. I have emailed Garth Gayle, the president of the J3s, long after trials, making it known that I was available should I be selected. He told me that he would have passed on information to the selection board. After which a team was named. There was no jumps coach, which is ridiculous to me. I looked over and I see there's 3 middle distance athletes, and there's a coach to facilitate their training. There's a coach for every other discipline except jumps. Then I was told by 2 members of the selection committee that I was selected indeed, and the box stopped where it stopped, which is Garth Gayle. 2016, while we were preparing for the Olympic Games in Brazil, I made a statement. I spoke to him about it, and then I spoke to, I think TVJ it was at the time. Why is it that Jamaica keep bringing sprint coaches, hurdles coaches, distance coaches, thrust coaches at all the senior level for the jumpers? While at the junior level, there's sometimes even 2 jump jumps coach rather. I've read an article today where Mr. Gayle was sidelining the whole thing and said that there shouldn't be a debate about this. This should be a debate. It's important. You can't have some of the best jumpers in the world. When you look at the Jamaican jumps team right now, we can garner at least 4 medals, if not more. So why is it that he's saying that personal coaches are here and they're okay with that? So why don't you send personal coaches for sprinters? Why don't you send personal coaches for throwers? Yeah? Why don't you send personal coaches for middle distance as well? So why is it that the jumps is always suffering? Is it a coincidence, or is it that the main name who is being selected is Kerrylee Ricketts? Honestly, I can't see J3 is going forward with this man as a president. He needs to either resign, or somebody needs to be man enough to come on and take on this man on the next general election. I've seen also where he makes statement that some of these personal coaches were basically provide help financially. Not for me. My accommodation costs over $2,700 US. My accreditation costs €300. My airfare to come here costs over $3,000 US. So you think I would rather pay all that money in this day and age, with the economical crisis that Jamaica is going through? I was spending so much money to come here if I am allowed to be on the team as a coach? No. And I think the J3s need to answer this properly. I've seen where Spencer Darlington has been asking Maurice, the technical director, and he's somehow sidelining the question. I've seen the president also been sidelining the question and then trying to shun it and put it under the carpet by saying, there's like basically shouldn't be a debate about it. There should be a debate about it.
I will not instruct my president to respond to anything incendiary. One of the things the J3 did for me was to ensure that I did the advanced training put on by the IAF. In that, we were taught how to diffuse tension like this. It's called bridging, and that's what I am doing now. Bringing the J3 office into dispute is on him, but it does not necessarily mean the president has to respond, because it has to stop somewhere. Secondly, and perhaps most importantly, this president, since he took office, has done more for track and field than any in recent vintage. So I am not going to ask him to respond. I want to diffuse it. My job here is to ensure that the integrity of the process, the integrity of the president's office, the integrity of the JAAA is intact. And that's what I'm going to do by asking him not to respond.
In terms of a resolution, would you be willing to sit down with the JAA's president anytime soon?
I would love to do that, but will he do that? Mr. Gayle, come on. Come on. The people of Jamaica and myself, we want to sit and discuss this, get this thing done once and for all. It's time for Jamaica to start respect the jumps, man. We're bringing the medals. Stop sending chose coach and hurdles coach. Today, I was told that Julian Robinson, the chose coach, was assigned as jumps coach. No disrespect to Mr. Robinson. He's a great, fantastic chose coach, but indeed he's not a jumps coach. All I know, I was not selected. So for anybody who wants to carry that, that lie about I was selected and I turned it down because I want to focus on my, to at least that's a lie.